Good morning, Mount Zion. Welcome to this My Hope Sunday. Today I am going to give you a testimony, a praise report, and I'm going to tell you a little good news about how good God has been to me. So in 2015, I dedicated a well in Ghana to honor my mom. One thing I always wanted to do was not forget her, even though I don't know her. So God gave me other ways to share her. And for all of you who don't know, that I lost my mom when I was 3 months old. My mother had me in August of 1961, and she died in November 6th of 1961. And she had me. You know, she was 20 years old when she passed away. And after she passed away, my grandmother raised me, but she died when I was 7 years old. She died in 1967. But I still have a testimony to tell you that it may sound sad that I lost my mother, my grandmother, but God has still brought joy into my life. So last year I got a phone call and a group was going to Ghana. So I decided to join them. And the first thing I thought about was I can get a chance to see the well. So I went and I prayed and I asked God to let his will be done and that I see my mom's well. But I wanted his will, not my will. And so I told the group leader about the well, and I gave her the little information that I had on it. And she said that they couldn't find the well. So what I did is that I went back and I prayed again, and I said, well, Lord, you know, if it's in your will, I will see the well, because you are in total control. And so instead of asking him again about the well a third time, I asked him, just let me be a vessel for you in Ghana. Let me be a light. And so I decided that I would give it a rest and just trust God. And so when I got to Ghana, I was told that the well was found on the 5th day that I was there. And so at first I was excited, but then I went back to just saying, I'm just trusting God. Because I didn't want to get my hopes up and then I don't get to see the well. So on the 5th day, we all got together and we headed out in the country part of Ghana. And we rode for about 2 hours, and it was very devastating. Seeing the people there, the faces of hunger, the children that had a face of hope. And I actually started to break down a little bit when I was on the bus. But then I started thinking again about God and how good he has been to me. And so finally the van stops and we all get off. And from a distance, I can see children standing near a well, pumping water. And so we started walking toward the well. And there it was, the well that was dedicated to my mom. And then the first thing I thought about was that I had to lose my mom for these children to get this water. And I thank God, because he did the same thing for me. He gave up his only begotten son so that I can be saved. So I learned a good lesson from all of this, is to trust God, to believe in him, and that no matter what you're going through, there's still joy on this journey. And I thank God for all that he has done and all that he will do. When I think of that, I think of water running, like overflowing. I think of refreshing. You know, I don't think of sadness. I think of joy, refreshing. that God's given opportunities, that we shouldn't take things for granted.